Felicitous greetings, fellow fanatics.
Greetings one and all, I'm Fanatic, and today we're taking a look at Bloons TD 6, a tower defense game by Ninja Kiwi. You may recall that around this time last year, I took a look at Plants vs. Zombies, one of my nephew's favorite games. In honor of his 9th birthday, I'm now taking a look at another one of his favorites. In March of 2007, Ninja Kiwi released a puzzle game called Bloons. In it, you played as a monkey with a limited number of darts trying to pop as many balloons as possible. It was a fun little time waster, as many Flash games were at the time. Fast forward a few months later to October of that same year, and Ninja Kiwi released a tower defense spin-off. It really didn't do anything new for the genre, but it was well received, and over the course of the next couple of years, they released a total of 4 different tower defense titles. Each of these made minor improvements over the previous games, although there is an argument to be made of Bloons TD 4 going a little backwards with its upgrade system, but for the most part, these were pretty basic tower defense games that you'd see everywhere on Flash game sites at the time. BTD 5 was a much more ambitious project. Released in 2011, it not only had a Flash version available, but also had premium versions you could buy on PC via Steam or for smartphones. It had a bevy of new features and was constantly supported with updates, including additional maps up through 2018 when Bloons TD 6 released. BTD 6 doesn't do anything to massively change the tower defense formula. At its core, it's a pretty basic game. Bloons will travel down a path and you have to place towers down to pop them before they can escape out the exit. Harder maps may have multiple exits, and many maps will have multiple levels of elevation. Monkeys can attack lower levels of elevation, but high walls will block line of sight for most of them. You'll also find that many maps have removable terrain that you can pay to get rid of, opening up more space to build and often clearing your line of sight. Bloons TD 6 features a total of 22 different towers you can build. This may not sound like much of an upgrade over Bloons TD 5's roster of 21 towers. There's a couple of things that make that comparison unintuitive. In Bloons TD 5, each tower had 2 upgrade paths. You could upgrade both paths twice and choose to upgrade one of them up to 4 times, giving you a total of 8 different upgrades for each tower. Bloons TD 6 massively increases the options by introducing both a 5th upgrade tier and a 3rd upgrade path. As before, you can max out one path and have 2 levels in another. So while there's only one more tower, each tower has almost twice as many upgrades available as in the previous title. And you'll need to use a wide variety of those towers, as different balloons are immune to different sorts of attacks. The most basic balloons can be popped by any attack. Red, blue, green, yellow, pink, and rainbow balloons move at different speeds and downgrade as you attack them. Ceramics move slower, but are extremely durable. Just don't ask how they float. You also have a number of Moab class balloons, which are effectively giant blimps. They can take a lot of punishment, but nothing out of the ordinary yet. However, you also have white balloons, which are immune to being frozen, while black balloons are immune to explosives, and zebra balloons are immune to both. New to BTD 6, you have purple balloons, which are immune to fire, plasma, and energy attacks. And of course, just about every balloon has camo variants that many monkeys are unable to see, and regrow variants which will slowly recover layers if they're not popped quickly. Well, there's 2 new Moab class balloons which weren't in BTD 5. First introduced in the Monkey City spin-off, DDTs move extremely fast, have camouflage, and boast a number of immunities, making them extremely annoying to deal with. And if you make it all the way to round 100, you'll face off against the BAD, which cannot be slowed down in any way, can survive insane amounts of damage, and spawns 4 lesser Moabs when it finally pops. There is one major feature that's been introduced into BTD 6 that wasn't in previous games: Hero Monkeys. You can only bring one onto a map, but they will slowly gain XP over the course of the game and level up. You can spend money to level them up more quickly. Each hero has an ability they can activate at level 3 and another at level 10, and a few even have a 3rd ability. As of the time of writing, there are a total of 14 heroes, each with their own strengths and weaknesses. For example, Benjamin greatly bolsters your economy with extra cash and boosts the effectiveness of banana banks. Etienne uses drones that can ignore walls and can grant camo detection to every tower on the map. Meanwhile, Sauda has extremely fast and powerful attacks, but very limited range with her swords. You'll only start with the original 4 heroes unlocked when you first boot up the game, but you can unlock the others with monkey money that you'll earn by completing maps. And as you complete those maps, you'll not only earn monkey money, but also level up. As you level up, you'll earn monkey knowledge, which can in turn be used to purchase various upgrades. This can increase your starting cash, give boosts to specific towers, allow you to start with heroes at level 3, among many other options. Each unlock only requires a single point of monkey knowledge, though later tiers of knowledge may also require you to pay a small sum of monkey money as well. Another major feature that's been added are monkey paragons. These aren't very useful for normal runs, but become almost a necessity in boss battles. When you have all 3 tier 5 monkeys of a single tower type, you can pay a premium to combine all monkeys of that type into a single extremely powerful tower that combines the strengths of all of them into one. Currently there are only a handful of paragons, though it seems the eventual plan is to have one for every tower. Although gameplay is pretty basic, there's a lot of options in BTD 6. There's currently more than 60 different maps in the game, each of which can be played with any of the game's 14 modes. 4 of these are just standard difficulty settings, but you also have more esoteric options, such as being limited to a certain type of monkey, apocalypse mode where the rounds never stop and a new one starts as soon as the last balloon is out, half cash mode, or even chimps mode where none of the permanent upgrades you've purchased will carry over. There's no pay to win allowed in this mode. Beyond that, there's also a number of events that pop up. You have daily challenges which can change the rules on you or limit which towers you can use. You have Monkey Odysseys, which are basically a series of maps with a shared rule set and limited towers that you can bring. Boss fights where you have to pop a massive balloon with astronomical amounts of health, and seasonal events where you'll obtain collectibles. Honestly, I'm not fond of these limited time events. Some of them are fun, but I really dislike the idea that they only stay around for a short while. Clearly, there's a solid game here, and it doesn't need to rely on these cheap gimmicks. On the subject of things I'm less than enthusiastic about, there's also the trophy shop. This includes a number of cosmetics, including alternate skins for balloons and towers, pets for your heroes, alternate songs you can unlock, and more. I do enjoy the idea of unlockables, but there are 2 problems I have with them. Firstly, you use the aforementioned trophies rather than monkey money. Trophies are only obtainable through limited time events, such as the aforementioned boss fights and Odysseys. Secondly, some of the items in the trophy shop are only purchasable for a limited time. This seems like an attempt to pressure players into these limited time events, and in the end, just cheapens the experience. Despite this, BTD 6 is a very solid game overall. Bruce Lee once said, "I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times." The strength of Bloons TD lies in its mastery of the basics. It doesn't try anything particularly new. It doesn't have to. It simply builds upon the basic foundation that's been in place since the original Bloons Tower Defense. There's a lot of content here. Even if there was never another update, you still have dozens of maps with several different modes you can play on each. You have a wide variety in different towers with the additional upgrade path. The game looks great, and it plays great. It is to the tower defense genre what games like New Super Mario Bros. And Sonic Mania are to platformers. A return to basics that shows you don't have to reinvent the wheel to make a great game. All in all, I find Bloons TD 6 to be worthy of a respectable 8.2 out of 10.
Bloons TD 6 is available for PC via Steam, as well as for Android and iOS devices. If you're interested in purchasing or learning more, links are included in the description. But what about you? What do you think of Bloons TD 6? What tower defense games do you enjoy? If you have any questions, remarks, or posting points of view, leave them in the comments down below. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell. And if you really enjoy my work, please consider funding my channel on Patreon. Until next time, farewell, fellow fanatics. Thank you again for watching. I have plenty more to share with you if you're interested. You can click up here above my head to subscribe to my channel. You can click over here on my monitor to see the most recent video that I've worked on. Or if you prefer, you can click up here to open this mysterious vault and see what video that the YouTube algorithm has picked just for you.